Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey, whoa, it actually worked. Except for this. Let's throw where's the, there it is. Nope. Binance, come on. You can move with me. You can move with me here. Where's the price? 1 second. Can't do this without the price. Why won't this go down now? There we go. Bitcoin price. There. The one thing I didn't check before we went live. The one thing I didn't check. It's funny, right? There's the checklist of probably 100 things, 50 of which I think are fine. That's one of them. Hey, the price in that one window that shows up there. Hey, Duke's in the window there as well. Welcome. Good morning, everybody. 41.3. Well, we wanted to get to 41.4 to put our bullish caps on. So we're almost there. When I started the edit, I think it was at 40. It was about 40.6, 40.7. So it looked a little bearish, but I kind of like it when I like coming into Monday morning a little bearish because it's that, you know, that fake out that we like to get, you know, to me, when I see a bearish Monday morning, I think we're going to be a little bit bullish. Doesn't always happen. It's just more of a gut feeling of sorts. Bruce Mai, I remember when I like watching that premiere it's like, isn't this premiere thing, this minute countdown, a little much? Like, I can't avoid it. When you set up a premiere, it just gives you a list of about 12 different obnoxious little, some of them are 5 minutes, right? I'm like, how do I avoid this? And I couldn't figure it out. And then Bruce Mai said, well, why don't you start it a minute earlier? There you go. Start at a minute at 7:59. Started, put that unavoidable premiere. Like, how about a 10-second countdown? How about a 5-second countdown? Bruce Mai said earlier in the video, there was a little link in the upper right corner that said, click here for live stream. It just opened a new window. Yeah. Well, that was like one of the last minute things that I saw. It's like, well, I should put one of those little clickety biggity links in the top right. So I put it down and guess what? It didn't work. So I'm not going to do that. I think if I just copy and paste check at the end of it, it'll go. So was it a success Tuesday with the dual streams? Yeah, I guess so, in a weird way, because the combined views were double, right? But I think a lot of it is because, you know, everyone here watched it and then came here. But it's nice to have the standalone video up there for people to come back to, you know, it's like a fishing lure. People don't necessarily want to get into a 30-minute live stream with someone they don't know. So I think we'll do it. It's a little bit like, I was running out of time today. So when you're running out of time, you start getting a little anxious, like things start going wrong. All of a sudden things don't click, things don't open, right? So it gets a little dicey. Fifth Nail, how are you feeling? I'm feeling better. Yeah, it was a weird week. Because Tuesday, when we did the video and the stream, I was right as rain. I could feel a little bit in my voice. But, you know, coming off the weekend, I always feel a little bit in my voice. Like things are just recovering from the weekend of the two concerts, the two shows for 2.5 hours. So, and then I did exercise. I went to the gym. I didn't play squash. I just had a steam. And then after the steam, I came home. I started feeling a little bit bizarre, like congested and stuff like that. And then boom, Wednesday was just like a freight train. Bizarre. And then it slowly got better, but unfortunately the hard part is to sing with a cold, especially congestion, because it's like, imagine singing with your nose plugged and with nose plugs in and like one of your ears can't hear. So unfortunately, there's nothing I could do, and it was a perfect storm because Kyle had the night off. He had an engagement he had to go to, which is rare. But of course, it was on probably the worst night it could ever have been, because I had to play with Trevor, who I like playing with, but unfortunately, we don't like Kyle and I, he'll sing, I'll sing, he'll sing, I sing. So it's like a nice break. You get a 2.5 minute break between songs. But then I had to sing the entire show for 2.5 hours on, not a healthy voice. And when I woke up Saturday, there was no voice. So I was just like, okay, I'm not going to talk today and we'll see how it goes. And it slowly kind of came back. But right before we went live, I always do a warm up in my car. It's singing psychological. So whatever works for you, you tend to repeat. Well, it worked once, so I'm going to do it again, and it'll always work. And there's a lot of psychosomatic things going on with being a healthy singer. And the warm up wasn't so great, so I told Kyle, it's like, listen, you're probably going to have to sing most of this night, because here's another caveat: no one can replace Kyle and us. So if we don't play, like if I weren't to play Friday, like to just say, oh, I can't sing, no one can do the show. Kyle and I are the only two people in the city that have the bizarre skill set to carry a 2.5 hour piano bar. Now, there's other piano players that are equally as good, if not better. They just probably don't have a 2.5 hour request based, like people giving you requests all night to do it. Plus, when we play with a drum. So it's one thing to sing and take requests and run the live stream and whatnot. It's another to know how to play the drums on the piano. So most people don't know that we're actually playing the drums. They think it's a backing track or however that is, but it's actually us, which gives us, the reason why we do that is that I don't need to learn his songs and he doesn't need to know my songs. He can just accompany songs that I play that he doesn't know, and vice versa. So it doubles up our songbook. It turns 500 into 1,000, so to speak. So when we started, speaking of psychological singing things, there's this little slippery elm kind of drops that we take psychologically. We think it, gives us some endurance for 2.5 hours. It worked once, so let's do it till the end of time. And it wasn't sucking up the little dopper, wasn't sucking it up. So I was like, I'll just swig it. And when I went to swig it, it shot down me throat and went down my windpipe. So if you saw Saturday night, I started the stream kind of coughing. It wasn't because it wasn't a cough flu I had. It's more just like a congestion thing. And so I had this cough and I couldn't shake it. I couldn't shake it for about an hour. And every time I'd sing or take a breath, it was like a airway hangnail on the top of my trachea. So every time I took a breath, it would kind of make me want to cough it out. So long story short, after an hour about it, I started like sniping in some harmonies for Kyle, and I realized, okay, let's just, you kind of got to go for it and bust. It's like when you have an unhealthy voice, it's kind of like it's in a cast, right? And you can sit there and baby it and wait till it's perfectly back, or you can bust the cast off when it probably shouldn't, and start singing. So that's what I ended up doing. And by the end, you could tell my voice wasn't what it normally is, but we got the job done. And Sunday was even worse. So that was it was a culmination of a bunch of really bad timing coming all in at once. But you know what? The show must go on. You got to do what you got to do when you got to do it. And unfortunately, there's no one to replace us at the Jimmy. If we weren't to play, it's dark. Right? And people come in and say, hey, where's the piano players? And then they're like, well, there's only Kyle and Matt. It's weird in this whole city. 800 people or so. Bitcoin minus 3%. ETH minus 4%. And Sol, egads, minus 6%. Of course, Bitcoin breaks its 8-week streak. 200 million in liquidations. Open interest in alts almost as high as Bitcoin. I got a story about Solana after, actually. Bitcoin fund outflows for the first time in weeks, or 11 weeks, I should say. FTX haul now matches its lawyer fees. And isn't that the, lawyers are like tow truck drivers. You're either happier than a pig in SHIT to see it, or they're the worst thing that could come your way, right? When you need a tow, you need a tow. When you don't need a tow, you don't need a tow. When you need a lawyer, you need a lawyer. When you don't need a lawyer, you don't want a lawyer. But isn't it funny how the lawyer fees are as much as the people that have lost all their money, right? So who really lives, who really benefits in the end of all this litigation? It's the lawyers. And then finally, corporate bankruptcy is up 30% in the US and 13% in the EU. Of course, there's nothing to see here. Economy is doing great. Don't worry about 30% bankruptcies. Just go on with your life. Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill. So I've said this before. I have a buddy at the squash club. He's the pro there. He plays me a few times a week and demolishes me every single time I play him. So if I've had, let's say, 500 matches with him, I've managed to squeak out 2 wins. And I never know if maybe he was just being a little bit too nice and couldn't get the momentum back or whatever, but I'll take him. I'll take 2 out of 500 any day. And he was a bit massive Solana bull, as much of a Solana bull as James at Invest Answers. And he was always telling me, you got to get the Phantom wallet. You just got to experience how amazing it is, like user friendly. And so yesterday I was trying to buy some Koki Nu, right? It was like the Avalanche's meme coin. I was okay, let's do some sick degens here at the beginning of this bull market. And to get it was such a nightmare. I had to go buy Avalanche and then get it onto like an Avalanche blockchain. And long story short, I did a little test of $100 and it got on, but now I can't get it. So it cost me $100 to not get Koki Nu or whatever. So it's like, it's my own fault for trying to get a meme coin. Anyway, I brought that up to him. That's right, Dave Digital, Matt Life's Coke on the weekend. I brought it up to his name's James. His name's also James, not James. James the pro at the squash club is also the Solana bull. They're both Solana bulls and they're both named James. What are the odds? And he's like, that's why you got to get the Phantom. It's so easy. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's do it. And so he sat me down there and literally 2 minutes, I had the Phantom wallet. He sent me some sol just to get me a little bit liquid, like, 25 cents of it. And he's like, send, boom, refresh, boom, it's up there. And he's like, and here's a little USDC to get some bonk, right? He gives me like 25 cents of USDC, send, refresh, send. It was so fast. I'm like, God, how can anything compare to this? The speed of it. And I'm not trying to, I don't really care. Like Sol, I have a little bit of Sol, but I've just noticed when it comes to ease of use with the retail coming in. So all of us here, you guys, myself, we've experienced the clunkiness of getting into crypto in one way or another, whether it was trying to get Bitcoin early on or just trying to get, on the Avalanche blockchain or whatever. It's like, if it's not really easy, you end up having a bad taste in your mouth. Like, you know what? I'll come back when it's easier. But when I got onto that Solana, the Phantom wallet, it was so easy and it was so user friendly. It was like almost opening up a complete ecosystem on my phone. Like iPhone was made for it. You can go online. You can, I got the Jupiter, what is it called? When they give you the coins, the airdrop. So I'm in waiting for the airdrop there. I mean, it was instant, just go here, bang, bang, bang. And I can go back and forth and find it. It's just so much easier than anything I've ever experienced. Bruce Mai, just go to the App Store, Phantom Wallet. It's pretty easy. So when you think of how Phantom is, or how Solana is getting all this attention, it just makes so much sense from a noob. Because I was the noob yesterday, just like, okay, run me through this, and I was coming off the Avalanche bad taste in my mouth, right? It's like, I don't even want to deal with this anymore. This is stupid. I spent 2 hours with some robot or someone trying to figure out how to move the Avalanche into Trader Joe or whatever the Avalanche DeFi is. And then they just ghosted me. So it's like, this is the worst, right? And so Phantom was so fast. It makes sense why Solana can just become the biggest engagement black hole for retail. It's like if they get on through Solana and Phantom, it's so effortless. There's no, intellectual insecurity. Oh, what am I doing? Did I do anything wrong? Am I sending money into the abyss? It's super easy. So that's, I don't know. That's my plug for the Phantom wallet. Doesn't a little long-winded, I suppose. The 4-hour chart. So look at this. We'll get Fish to help me out. Oh, that's Chucky Twiddle. Let's go Fish here. So you can see we almost hit our old ascending channel's resistance, now acting as support. And I always find it fascinating because I like to leave these doodles on because going out into the future, how the chart responds. So when I put this on, like we are way over here, and then we come here, and then we retest this support. Then we come up and we almost forget about it, right? But once we break down here from our channel support and we break it, well, we come back and we kind of test this again. Like, I don't know, how's that $100 or $200 away? And then we got a nice little pump back up. But look at what we're sitting at, 61.8% fib. Is that a surprise? No, it's the goldenest of golden ratios. We like, price action likes to visit the 61.8% fib all the time. It's kind of like how the universe just starts again, right? So if we can hold this, I think we're going to probably go back up. If we can't hold it, we're going to probably retest this. And then if support doesn't hold, we'll probably retest the 200 moving average, which is the 78.6% fib as well at 39.5-ish. So 39.5-ish, we talked about that last week. It was basically a lot of this head and shoulders was going to play out to 39.5. This bear flag would play out to 39.5. And so there it is, right at the 200 moving average. Isn't it amazing how that all seems to work out? Let's take a look at the ding dong here. Chucky Twiddle, if you will. So we just basically followed up this 20 moving average. Here is 39.5. Our support on this chart is 39.5, 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. Double word score on that. Adam Sands, so much as I like Bitcoin, it caused me anxiety waiting for it to arrive once it took 6 hours. Yeah, I've had one of those too. And it just happened to be on a relatively big transfer in the thousands of dollars. And it just all of a sudden it took a long time. And then that's what gives you that intellectual insecurity. Did I do something wrong? It's like, I didn't really check number for number on the send codes or the receive codes. I just kind of eyeballed it. Yeah, it starts and ends with the same ones. Yeah, it starts and ends. Okay, send. Right? So there's a lot of times where you look back, if there was a mistake, you could say, well, yeah, it's my fault. I made that mistake. And then all of a sudden, bloop, it comes up. So we got a nice little hammer candle here coming up right by our 20 moving average, which is, look at that, 38.2% fib, 41.6. So that would be over 41.4, which is over on the 4-hour chart. It's support. 41.6, 38.2 would be up above the 20 moving average. And like I said before, this is that ideal point that we bounce off. Because look at that. Look at where it hits, Chucky, look at where it hits. 61.8% fib. Look at where it hits, Chucky. Right? And then we get to see that bounce. So is that bounce, let's draw this in for future. Is this bounce going to take us up here? I guess only time will tell on that one. We'll check in, I guess, as the week goes. Dust Peach. So ad nauseum, we talking about this 8-week run in 2007, I know the video said 2020, but it's 2017. We had the eight thing wrong. I was going to edit it, but I'm like, I don't got time to edit that one little word. I got to go into a bunch of things just to edit that one little word. It's not worth it. So the relative pullback would be 12%, and we hit right here. That's 10%. So another 2%. Looks like Dust Peach is frozen here. Let's loop him up here. Dust Peach. There he is, back in action. 12% would take us right down to 39.5. Triple word score to the bearish sentiment. Now, it seems we're in a little bit of a bullish momentum this morning, running out as the market opened up bearish. Now we're into that bullish. So that's good. I mean, you can't complain about that. But keep your peepers on 39.5, even if it wicks down there. Who knows? But at the same time, 39.5, she's got to hold. Well, let's get Dookie in here to sing us out. Let me mute this for 1 second. Is this mute? I have the Elgato Stream Deck here. I'm not sure if it's stuck. Maybe it is. Crypto immigrant, who the heck is selling Bitcoin at this point when boomers are coming in? Yeah, it's true. Who is? I think it's just bots, buying and selling. Not really. No one sees a 1% sell off and goes, oh, that's it. I got to get out of here. I got to sell my stuff. Buddy, how you doing? Oh, watch the chords. Watch the chords. Can you hear it? Yeah. Okay. All right, let's get you back in the studio here. How's that? There's the studio. Yeah. Okay. Let's put on some sweet reverb.
What's sweet reverb?
Now sweet reverb. Well, you can't hear it. You don't have the headphones on. Okay, let's do some shout outs. Ready? Dave Digital. The goat.
Dave Digital.
Oh, no, let's do that walk up. That'd be nice. Dave Digital.
Dave Digital.
And Misco. Storm Chasing Video.
Storm Chasing Video.
Can't forget about Scotty Mo.
Scotty Mo.
And Sherry.
Sherry.
How about DJ Morgan?
DJ Morgan.
And Chris Brewer in Atlanta.
Chris Brewer.
A good buddy Fish.
A good buddy Fish.
And Fifth Nail.
Fifth Nail.
Bruce Mai.
Bruce Mai.
Okay, buddy. Let's do it. Hey, do you want to show everyone your piano skills for Piano Man? We won't sing it, but show where you're coming along. That's amazing, buddy. Good job. All right, buddy boy, let's sing them out, shall we?
We're playing the same game as all psychopathic or wacky. Let's try this whole long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. I wind the banks of boom to spring. Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea.
Hey, make sure you thank Retro Mike Tech for the super chat in a song.
Wait, what's retro?
Retro Mike Tech, he gave us a super chat.
What's a super chat?
Super chat, $4.99 super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Retro Mike Tech. Would you like to add something, Duck Duck?
Thanks for giving me $4 for my birthday.
Is it your birthday? I don't think so. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. You love